In this video, you will learn how to load a dataset into your model in Neural Designer. We previously created a model, and now we will import the dataset to train and evaluate it. A dataset is the source of information from which a model is built. It contains independent variables which serve as the input features and one or more dependent variables known as the target that we aim to predict using those inputs. In other words, the goal is to uncover the underlying relationships and patterns between the input variables and the output variables. For this example, we will use the well-known iris flowers dataset. Before importing the dataset, we are going to open it with the text editor you prefer. We can observe that the first line contains the variable names, which we will use to classify the flowers. Then, there are the values for each sample of the dataset, separated with commas. Now let's import it in Neural Designer. Once the model was created, in the navigation panel on the top, click on Dataset. This section contains all the tools you need to import, explore, and prepare your data before training the classification model. This is the first part you have to configure after creating a model in Neural Designer. Click the Browse Data File button. On the Import Data wizard, select the Iris Flowers dataset, one of the most common datasets for learning classification. If the file is stored locally, choose the CSV or Excel version of the dataset. Let's practice with the well-known Iris Flowers dataset. Once the file is selected, click on the Next button. Now you will see the data file configuration part of the Import Data wizard. In the Data File Configuration section, you can find general information and configuration parameters for the dataset being loaded into Neural Designer. A data file preview is displayed, showing the first 5 rows of the source data file. Next, there are 2 checkboxes, Header Row and Sample Index. Enable the Header Row checkbox if the first row contains the dataset's column names. Enable the Sample Index checkbox if the first column corresponds to the sample ID and does not provide additional information to the model. Then, select the appropriate column separator from the available options: space, tab, comma, and semicolon. Specify the Missing Values label so Neural Designer knows how to interpret missing data. Finally, choose the correct encoding for the file, UTF-8 or Shift-D-Z. Neural Designer automatically identifies all configuration parameters and selects appropriate values for each. Click the Finish button. The iris dataset contains flower measurements for 3 species: Iris setosa, Iris versicolor, and Iris virginica. Each sample includes 4 numerical features: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. After importing the file, a preview of the dataset will appear as a table in the main workspace. Look at the rows and columns to confirm that all measurements and species labels were imported correctly. Once everything is correct, the iris dataset is incorporated into your classification model. The data is stored inside the model folder, ensuring a fully reproducible workflow. In the following video, you will explore the dataset and analyze its structure, variables, and initial statistics.